Hello everyone. Happy Monday. All right, let me find myself on here. Make sure that I don't have my volume up. And there we are. Let me share to my group. And then we will get started. All right, let's see. There we go. Let me get comments coming. Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing? Make sure that you comment and share. When you do that, it not only helps me and my business, but it also gets you in the name or in the drawing for a prize. So last week I drew names and Melissa Engel won. You were actually going to win this, but you just got this in your retreat bag this past weekend, and I didn't think you'd want a whole nother pack. If you do, I'll be more than happy to send it to you. But I did pull this because I don't think you have these. So if you would rather have the embellishments, Melissa, let me know, and I'll send you the embellishments instead of the paper. And then our second winner was Joyce Eiley. She won the butterfly embellishments. So we'll get, so I'll get that mailed out to you. And then Donna you actually won last week, but I didn't get a message from you. So I was going to just let you know that I'll hold it for another 2 weeks. And if I don't hear from you, then I'll put it back in and give it away. But Donna, you won last week. So make sure you message me your address so I can get that out to you. Okay, this week we are giving away this and this. So this is actually some new products. This is a What a Year Memories and More card pack. I opened it and kind of have flipped through, and I really like this. I think it'll work really well with one of the stamp sets, new stamp sets in the catalog. Sorry, I was going to grab it. Called Days to Remember. These two, in my opinion, will pair perfectly together because these are different weeks, and then these are your months and your days and all that good stuff. So I think these two will pair very nicely together, but that will be one of the gifts. And then the other gift is gold glitter enamel dots, or prize. I guess it's technically a prize. So make sure you comment and share, and then your name gets put into the drawing. Hey, Karen. Hey, Verna. How are y'all doing? I'm so glad. So I am on here at 7 o'clock at night. I am not sure that this is going to work, but I know there were a lot of people that we were kind of missing, and people had said they couldn't watch because it was in the middle of the day. So I think I'm going to try to move it to a night Facebook Live. I don't know if Mondays will work because I have United Methodist Women at church on one Monday a month. So I'm not sure how it's going to work yet, but I'm going to try it for the next couple weeks, see how it goes, and then we'll go from there. So, so that is kind of why the change happened for today. And I had a lot of stuff that I was working on, and I needed to keep going with it today as well. So for those of you who ordered Club, I am working on those packets and getting everything cut and finalizing the PDF, just kind of double checking and making sure I don't have any errors with the PDF. So I'm working on that so I can get it out before the end of the week. Okay, next thing, annual catalog will start on May the 4th. This is the new one that will last until April of next year. If you need a catalog, please let me know. I will be more than happy to mail you one. If you already order from me, you already have one on the way to you if you haven't gotten it already. I think a couple people may have gotten theirs already. So if you don't get it, let me know so I can let Stampin' Up! Know to resend you one. Now, with a new annual catalog brings the In Color Club. make sure that you are on my email list. And what I'll actually do is go and post later tonight a link where you can join my email list. But if you're on my email list, you have gotten an email already for the In Color Club. It will go out again this week, as well as with the paper share email. So be on the lookout for that. But if you're interested, let me know. I could also email you or message you the link for that. The club is $45 a month. It includes the cardstock, the ink pad, the ink refill, the Stampin' Right marker, the Stampin' blends, the ribbon, hand stamp card, and you also will get a free gift from me every month. So I was originally just going to do embellishments, but I think I might do a couple other things because there's a lot that are with the In Colors. There's a lot of different items that are along with the In Colors this year. So I think like the bags, there's some little cute little bags. And so I think I may, instead of just do embellishments, help you collect all the items in the catalog that will have the In Color clubs. So, or the In Colors. So if you're interested, again, I can email you the link, and also check your email, or if you want to get on my email list, I'll be happy to send you those emails as well. Okay, next thing. Columbia class. Columbia class, I wanted to remind everyone that the Dossie UMC class and the Columbia Creative class are now combined into one class. Every month it will be the one Saturday. Usually it's the first Saturday of the month. But anyway, those two classes are now combined. Cost is $25 or free with a purchase. And for May, we're going to be using the Party Puffins, which is in the new catalog, and I am so in love with this stamp set. So this is what we'll be using. So if you do a purchase, then you'll want to get this stamp set to go along with it. I was going to give you the date. I'm not going to show you my calendar though, because my calendar looks like total chaos. So May the 1st is when it would technically be, but I actually have an event that day, a craft fair or vendor event. So May's class will be on the 8th. So that's for Dossie and Columbia. So make sure that you know that. An email is going out tomorrow with information on that. So make sure you watch your emails. And club. Club for the month of May. We're in April, right? Club for the month of May is going to be using the Pretty Perennials stamp set. Now, the club for May was actually a class that I designed for my retreat. I am in love with these projects. So what I decided to do was to just kind of swing this right on in to my club for the month of May. So, and I know the ladies that do club actually were not at the retreat. So, these are the cards that we will be making for your club. So if you're interested, then you can either subscribe or you can just do the 1 month. Subscribe means that it would be every single month. You would automatically be charged. You would set that up through PayPal. I can send you the link. Just let me know. But this is what club will be on. For club this month, you will get a bolt of the crinkled seam binding Whisper White ribbon. You will get a half a pack of the opal rounds, half a pack of the black matted dots, and then you get a half a pack of True Love DSP. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. So it comes with, this month is a little over $20, but every month it is $39. You get $20 at least in products, and then that includes shipping and everything, the $39 does. So if you're interested, watch your email for that. All right, we are getting down to business now. We are going to be using the Flowers for Every Season bundle. It's actually 2 bundles. It's like a suite But I think products from the suite have already retired, or have already, because a lot of the products are retiring, last chance. So you can't buy the whole suite anymore, but you have 2 bundles that are part of this suite. And both of these are moving over into the new annual catalog, which makes me very, very happy. So you have Jar of Flowers, which is a bundle with the jar punch. And then you have Celebrate Sunflowers. And this coordinates with the sunflowers dies. So we're going to be using both of these today for our projects. And this is our first card, which I love this. What I actually did was I looked on Pinterest and did mason jar, what did I call it? Mason jar mantle home decor. And this was kind of something that had popped up. It was 4 white jars that had home across it. So then I went to HGTV, to the magazine covers, and I found the color combination that I wanted to do. So that is how I came up with this card. So we are going to get going with it, because this one we're going to have some things to cut out. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to take my Whisper White pieces like this, and I'm going to punch my jars out. And I think I grabbed enough. I grabbed some scraps because I need to get rid of some scraps. I have tons of scraps of basic white, Whisper White. Probably Whisper White is most of it. So I need to get rid of as much as I possibly can. All right, so we got all 4 of those punched out now. And it's now stuck. Uh-oh. Hold on 2 seconds. I shoved the paper in there a little too hard, I guess. But I'm going to need it again. There it goes. All right. Okay, so there's that. So now we're going to lay these out just like this. And we're going to take some linen thread. Y'all know my favorite. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a glue dot and put it on the back of this. Just like that. And then I'm going to wrap my twine around. But that did not pick up the glue dot. Let's try that again. There we go. And what I want to do is it's just going to help me kind of keep it in place. Okay? And then I'm going to wrap this around a couple times. And then I'm going to tie a knot on this one. All right, let's see. I'm struggling. There we go. All right. We got it all tight. And now we're going to cut off the ends. So let me grab my paper snips. And I'm going to make the ends pretty short. And if you wanted to, you could work on the ends and get them to spread so that it makes it look a little bit more rustic. Okay, so that is the first one. And then we're going to do a bow on this one. So I'll wait until we put our words on it. This one we're going to wrap around. And we're going to tie a bow. Actually, nope, we're just going to tie a knot. So let me make that a little smaller. All right, and I'm doubling the ribbon up on this one. This one I'm okay without, well, actually, no. Let me put a glue dot on the back of it so it'll stay. Okay. Then we'll put that on there. Then we'll turn it over, and then we're just going to tie a knot. It's hard to do because it's so tiny. There we go. Okay, so now this one, you're gonna cut a little bit longer, like that. Okay, and then our last one is going to just be wrapped around. Actually, let me take a little bit more like that. And we're gonna tie a bow. This is probably the longest process of this card, just FYI. All right, and then we'll tie a bow right there on the side. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller since they're small jars. Cut and cut. Okay, so there are our 4 jars. And I have already cut and punched out our sprigs so that they're not, so that y'all don't have to watch me do that. And what we're gonna do is attach these using many glue dots. And these are from the punch, the sprig punch. And then these pieces right here are from the sunflowers dies. So it's these 2 pieces right here. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is take glue dots. And we're going to attach. And we'll actually put another glue dot up here. So that will go right up there. Okay. All right. Let's add another double one. So we're going to put a glue dot there. And then we'll put a glue dot right about there. Okay, and then we'll stick this one down like that. And then we're going to take this sprig right here and we're going to put it behind. So we're putting a glue dot on it and then we're going to put it behind. We'll move that up just a little bit over there. Okay, so we got one, and then this one. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to change it up just a little bit. I'm going to take some adhesive. I'm going to run it over the back like that. All right, so we're going to do the sprig first. Okay, and then we're going to take one here in the center there. And then let's take a double one and we're going to put it kind of behind. We're going to kind of spread that out in the back like that. Okay, so there's number 2. And then let's do number 3. So let's add some adhesive like that. We're going to do a sprig up front, but we're going to make it short. And then we're going to do 1 and 2 like that. So this one's going to be not completely full. And then on this one, actually, let's add another sprig to this one. Let's kind of give it a little bit more. All right, so let's attach like that. Oops, missed it. Okay. So then we've got that just a little bit fuller. That one is not wanting to stay. Okay, there we go. Okay, And then for the last one, we're gonna do the sprig up front. Then we're gonna take this one here and we're gonna put it behind on this side. And then we're gonna take this one and kind of sneak it in front of that sprig, like that. Okay, all right, so there are our jars. Now we're gonna set those aside really quick. We're gonna take our card base and we are going to give it a good burnish here. We're gonna take our adhesive, and this paper here is the In Good Taste. And this is rolling over to the new catalog, which I'm super excited about. So we're gonna take and put adhesive on the back. And I'm out. So great time to show you how to replace it. I'm just gonna throw that away. I'm gonna take a refill. And then you'll see there's a larger, I call it just a little catch thing, and then you've got a smaller one. And you've got a large hole and a small hole. So that's how you line it up, just right down in there. And then all you do is you take and put your case cover right back on, and then you're back in business. And it does take it, you got to turn it just a little bit in order to get the adhesive to start rolling. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to line it up all the way to the edge. And you're going to have a little piece and a little piece at the top and the bottom. And I think I got it a little stuck there, but that's okay. We're going to go with that. I'm going to trim this little part off right here. I'm going to use my little cutter because I obviously did not measure right. So we want it to not show the white on the end over there. Okay, so there we go. We got that. And now we're going to set these aside. We're going to take some crumb cake. We're going to take an adhesive sheet. So this is basically one large dimensional. I'm going to take my cardstock and I'm going to just place it right there. I'm going to cover it up. Then I'm going to take my large scissors, which I've lost. Oh, wait. I was opening a box earlier, so. All right, and then I'm just going to cut down the side of the crumb cake. Okay, and then when I do that, this piece comes off, and now you have one large dimensional. So I'm going to now cut, because we're going to use the mini embossing machine. So I'm going to cut those so that I can stick it through. We're going to pull it in. Then I'm going to lay that right there. I'm going to take the Playful alphabet dies and we're going to create the word home. So H-O-M-E. Okay. Now with these, you want to run it through a couple of times because it's thick. And even one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take and flip this like this. I'm going to flip the two plates so now it's facing up and we'll run it through again. And that will give it a little bit more pressure on those words to cut it out. And I'm sorry for the shaking. Okay, so now you can see now that those are all cut out. And then I will move that. And then we're going to pull these back in. I'm trying very hard not to push down on them so they don't stick to the thing. Okay, so we've got the letter H. So now we're going to take the letter H and we're going to stick it right here in the center of the jar. All right, and then we're going to do the letter O. Hi everyone that's coming in. Make sure you're commenting and sharing. When you do that, it gets you entered in for a prize drawing for next week. So make sure you comment and share. All right, so now we're gonna do M. And if you've missed the beginning, you can watch it again on the replay, or you can actually head over to my YouTube channel and watch the replay there. I try to get those uploaded within like a day or two, so feel free to do that. Hey Sandy, how are you? All right, so now we've got the letter E, and now we've got home. We're gonna flip these over, and we're gonna put some dimensionals on there. Got to add the dimensionals, right? All right, so we're gonna put there and there, there, and then in the center. See if I can pick up a whole bunch of them at the same time. All right, so 2, and just because it's got a lot of stuff on it, I'm definitely making sure that I add several dimensionals. Okay. And then 4 more. All right, perfect. Okay. All right, so now we're going to bring back in our card front. I'm gonna take the H one, and we're going to put this one right here on the end. Okay, and then O. And I'm going to stick this one up a little bit so it's not going to be flat. And then I'm going to tuck it up underneath the H just a little bit. Oh, and I mixed those up, but that's okay. That one should have been the O, but it's not the end of the world. We'll leave it like that. No biggie. No card is the same, right? Especially not when I'm making them. They are always crazy. Okay, and then we're going to do M right here. And then we're going to do E on the end. And E is going to go over the M a little bit. We want to make sure that it's not hanging off the card. Actually, let's move the M over just a touch. Make sure I get it straight. Okay. And then the E is going to go right there. Okay. It's off center a little bit, but that's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. We can actually move the H over a little bit. And actually, nope, I'm just going to leave it there. We're not even going to worry about it, are we? All right, then we're just going to tie a bow. And we're going to put that on the O. Okay. I might play with it afterwards, but we'll see. All right, let me cut that one a little bit more. Okay. Grab a glue dot. And now with this being so tiny compared to the glue dot, I'm just going to roll the glue dot over on top of itself. And then we're going to tuck it over here by the corner of the O. Okay, so that is card number 1. There's the pretty one. And let me move all of my trash. Make sure I put my letters back. So I don't lose them. Okay, and then we will move on to card number 2. Now card number 2 is doing something that I actually like a whole lot, and that is embossing. I love it. I don't like the mess of it, but I do love doing it. So I came up with this card and really just thought that the embossing would really add to it. So we are going to do, sorry, I have to unbury it. We're going to make this card right here. So I have already stamped and colored the flowers because I knew that these would kind of take a little longer than normal. So I didn't want to hold you on too long. Okay, this is new paper. This is the pansy paper. It's actually, the exact words are Pansy Petals DSP. This paper is gorgeous. I'm thinking that this, well, actually, I don't know. I can't decide which ones I like the best. This has a lot of gingham in it, and I love me some gingham, especially during the summer. So this is a great set of DSP. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna fold our card base, give it a good burnish. And then, oh, thank you. Yeah, I will actually say it was one of the very first sets that I ever got when the annual catalog came out last year because I love mason jars. My business cards and all the marketing stuff that I have for Simply Elizabeth has a wood background. Actually, it's just about this color. And then it has mason jars, and then it has like string of lights. So I am a huge mason jar kind of girl. I love it. Okay, so I cut the DSP. On this one, I cut it a little shorter than this one because my sentiment for this one's going to be a little bit larger. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment first. So I need this, and I actually need a little scrap because I want to make sure before I stamp this that I have the sentiment laid out properly. Okay, then I get it straight. That was pretty good. All right, let's see if I can do it on the card that way. All right, here goes nothing. That's not too bad. No, that's pretty good. Okay, we'll go with it. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and use my bone folder again just to give it, so it'll kind of start laying flat again. All right. Now we're gonna take our paper and we're gonna stick it on here, just like that. So we're gonna adhere it after I close up the ink pad. And then we're going to take and line it up at the end. Make sure all the white is covered. And then run it along there, and there we go. Now we have a piece of Flirty Flamingo, just a little 1/2-inch strip. We're gonna put adhesive, oops, down it. We're gonna move this a little closer to the bottom of it this time, since we're not, since our DSP is shorter. Now I didn't cut it short enough, so I'm gonna just trim this off really quick. Okay, and then that one is I took it over just a little bit, so we'll cut that off. Apparently I was not doing very good with cutting today. Okay, Much better. There we go. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to punch a mason jar out of this basic white. And then we're going to take, I keep getting the paper stuck in there. Okay, then we're going to take the stems from the set. We're going to take a new color. This is Soft Succulent. I am in love with the new colors. I know I've said that probably 100 times now, but y'all, for real, I'm in love with them. And we're going to stamp that just right there. Okay. And then, let me set these aside so I don't get it everywhere. Then I'm going to take and set that aside for just a moment. We're going to take a piece of vellum. Now, I have a whole large piece of vellum because vellum can get really hot, and with doing your heat tool, I burn my fingers very quickly. So I tend to try to use a larger piece. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take some Versamark. We're going to take the jar from Jars, a jar of flour. Then we're going to take the Versamark. I'm going to turn it this way. Y'all can see I did some other, I was working on some other stuff there. All right, and then we're going to you want to go straight down because with the vellum, it makes it slippery. So you don't want to move it, okay? So you're just going to go straight down. And then once it's down, then you compress it. And then you want to go straight back up, okay? And then we're going to take, I grabbed black. I actually want white. All right, so then I'm going to take my white embossing powder. Yep. And I'm actually going to I'm going to hold it up here. I'm going to just pile the powder right on. Just like that. And then, oops. And then I'm going to just pour it right back in. Okay, and then I'm just going to knock it off a little bit. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to put this away so I don't get it all over the place. Okay, now I'm going to take my heat tool. And if you don't like loud noise, I would cover your ear up or turn the volume all the way around, all the way down. I'm going to heat this up so that it turns shiny. With the vellum, it takes just slightly longer, in my opinion, to get heated up. But then once it starts going, it goes pretty quickly. You don't want to hold it in one place for very, very long. Otherwise, it will burn your vellum. Okay, so that is done. Let me make sure. Yep, all of it's clear. All of it is all shiny and clear. So I'm going to set that aside for just a second now. And I'm going to bring in my flowers that I already fussy cut, because there are no dies for this, so you have to fussy cut it. And I'm going to attach it right here behind. We're actually going to attach it right there. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive right across there. And then we're going to stick this down just like that. Okay. Now, I think this is good. So now we're going to punch this out. The vellum is curled because of the heat to it. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to take and put some adhesive across there. Now, one thing you also have to remember with vellum is that you will be able to see glue if you do a lot of it, okay? So I'm kind of putting it in places that you won't really be able to see. And I know you see the flowers through there, but we're going to cover that up with some ribbon. All right, I took on the sample one, I took a little glue dot and I put it at the bottom so that it would stay closed. And you can see it, but that won't be the end of the world. I don't think you can notice it too much. All right, so of course, linen thread, because what is better with mason jars, right? We're actually gonna wrap this around a couple of times, and then we're gonna tie a bow. Okay, then we're just gonna kind of move that. We're actually gonna pull this out. I don't like that there. We're gonna put it behind. Yep, okay. And then we're gonna move the twine up. The other one fit pretty good. Okay, there we go. All right, let's actually cut off the end, huh? Okay, I'm already losing things. I lost my scissors. I don't know what to do with them. Okay, I'll probably find them in just a few seconds. All right. Okay, let's put some adhesive. We're actually going to put 2 mini glue dots on the back. But I did the white so that you can, so it almost looks like it has a back to the mason jar with it being vellum. But with mason jars, you can see through. So you really want to make sure I don't know if I like that either. Let's do it maybe on the front. Yeah, we might have to do it on the front. This flower is different than the other one, so makes it just slightly different. All right, let's try that. Okay, I think I like that better. Yep. All right, we're going with that. Going with that. Now we're gonna do dimensionals, of course. We're gonna add a few up top, and then of course a few on the bottom. And then this card is done as well. Actually, we're gonna add one more thing to it. If the dimensional backings will stay in my finger. Okay, we're gonna stick this, we're gonna put it down into the white space, and then like that. Okay, now we're gonna use another new product. These are the 2021-2022 In Color Jewels. If you join the paper share, this is one of the free gifts that you will get. I don't know which month yet. Probably the first one, but that is one of your free gifts. All right, so we're gonna do, these are the soft succulent ones. And I thought this worked really well with that card. All right, because the soft succulent ones are almost see-through. They're almost, what's the word? I don't know. They're almost clear. They have like a little shine clear to them. So, all right, so that's card number 2. All right, and then let's go on to card number 3. Okay, this one, I have to say, is probably my favorite out of all of them. It uses the large sunflower, which I adore. Again, we're using new paper. This one is called Hand Pinned Designer Series paper. I'm not real big on the floral pattern, which is on one side, but the back sides I am in love with. That's why I said earlier, I can't make a decision on what designer series paper I like, because yeah, I love the back side of these. Let's see, Vicki, you said I have the jars and glad to see you love them. Oh yes, I love the jars. I love sunflowers. I love jars. I love baby's breath in mason jars. That's kind of my favorite. So that's my thing. The other thing is we're going to use, so new paper, new ink, and then because we're going to use the soft succulent again, and then new embellishments. Again, these are in colors. So this is pale papaya, and then that is soft succulent. So gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, so let's get, oh, and then this is new as well. This comes in a double pack, and it's called Simply Elegant Trim. So, which this is part of a suite. All right. So we are going to take our card base, fold it in half, give it a good burnish for our crease. New in color paper. This is the Evening Evergreen. Works really well with this right here. And of course, I pulled the wrong one. Hold on, I might have to cut it. Yep, I'm gonna have to cut it. Okay. This piece should be 4. And I forgot to cut off the edge. All right, there we go. All right, so we are going to grab scrap paper. We're gonna take the large sunflower image, ink up the soft succulent color, and we're gonna stamp large one there. Do a little bit of the corner over here. Do the side there. And then just a tiny bit up there. Okay? So there is that. Now we're gonna close up and attach to our Evening Evergreen. Make sure I'm in the view. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to take that gold, because gold looks great with sunflowers, which is, you know, like a yellow color. So I absolutely love it. All right, so we're going to wrap this around. Let's see. This is actually the bottom, I believe. It looks better as the bottom. Nope. We're going to make that the top. Okay. So we're going to tie the bow over here. We're going to pull on it really tight. One thing with cord like this is it does take it, it comes loose. So my suggestion is to put a glue dot underneath it as well. Okay. All right, so we're going to cut that off. And then we are going to take a glue dot, kind of fold it up on itself, and stick it up underneath and attach it down. Okay? And that way we know it will stay. Now we're going to take and we're going to put glue around here. I'm going to use some liquid glue. And then I'm going to attach it. Now, there is the same pattern going on with both of these. I, quite frankly, think it looks better when you just lay it down. So I don't match it up. Okay? Now we're going to take and put on our Early Espresso center. And I put it flat before, but I'm just going to put some glue dots on it, which will raise it up just a little bit and not make it so flat. Gives it a little bit of definition. Okay, now we're going to take and pop this up. So we need our dimensionals. And I think that'll be okay because the ribbon's going to be across the center, so you don't want to put it down on that. All right. And the reason is because it'll bulk it up even more. So, all right. So now we're going to lay this across here like that. We're going to put this up underneath it. Let's see. There we go. All right. Okay. So there we go. Get that a little loose. There we go. All right. Just fussing with it a little bit. Okay, now we're going to stamp our sentiment. And our sentiment is coming from, obviously, because your jar of flowers does not have any sentiments. So we're going to use Know That You Are Loved. I'm going to use this block. Okay. And then I'm going to use Early Espresso ink. The back sides. Oh, yes, Verda. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Then we're going to just stamp this down. Perfect. Then I'm going to trim the sides off. So I'm going to pull in my little cutter again. I'm going to cut a little bit of that top off. Make it just a little shorter. There we go. I really want to get right as close as I can on it. Okay. Now I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on it. I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on it, but it's going to be top and bottom. And then it's just going to lay, so we're going to put adhesive on this side because it's just going to lay across the sunflower on that side, okay? So we will do this, and then we will take 2 dimensionals. We'll put it as close as we can to the top, close as we can to the bottom, and then the ribbon will go kind of right in between it as best it can. All right, so, and I want just a little bit of that ribbon to kind of poke out on that side. Okay, now we're going to take and flip it over and, of course, add dimensionals. And then maybe if I can get them off quick enough. Okay, and then we're going to stick that right there onto our card base. And oops, I think I moved it slightly, but it's okay. All right, so then that is card number 3. So we intertwined some old and some new, and we used all products that will be in the new annual catalog. So that makes me very happy that this set is moving on with us for the year. Okay, so there is card number 1 and card number 3 and then card number 2. All right, thanks guys for joining me tonight. Don't forget that Club is going to be Pretty Perennials for the month of May. Don't forget about the In Color Club if you're interested. And another way, or another thing, is if you want to go ahead and start getting these products, now would be a great time to join Stampin' Up. We would love to have you on our team, Stampin' Grace team. We are We do a lot of things. We do some challenges and some swaps, and we have a monthly meeting, and we have a good time, and we have a lot of fun together. So if you're interested in joining, there is a link in this video. There's in the description of this video. So if you have any questions though, feel free to let me know, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.